whoa, 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 ayy. Hit women fall in love with my appearance. Got these diamonds on me dancing, look like Michael Jackson sequence. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And we're back, folks. TeamOne versus Nouns. TeamOne up map after nuke. But Inferno could be a very different story. Still, the stars were aligning for TeamOne nicely. The firepower was hitting. They'll be looking to do much the same again. Maluk goes for a little jumpy poo. Spots players towards alt mid and says no thank you. And we'll reset up with the rest of his team. But that's going to pull 4 players here for a quad set up top brackets and just leave mobs to delay with the smoke as soon as he sees somebody. She did.
Yeah, Inferno's been an interesting one for TeamOne, kind of up and down, back and forth in terms of their success. At least over the last 2, they have won both of them against Vendetta, 19 to 16, and then against Strife, 16 to 14. So both matches went the distance, 1 to overtime, 1 full 30 rounds in regulation. But they did find success, largely in part thanks to incredible performances from Pesa both times.
Flashbang over, into B they go. Mobs has his hands full, but, well, he's pretty handy. First player fan. Thought he was going to pop his teammate's head. But IDK's back on the scene, so advantage still in the hands of one, and it's getting better. 2 players down. Oh, the bomb denied. That's rude, Pesadelo. You're not supposed to do that. Not supposed to do that to your guests. Teammates?
Nicely done, TeamOne. Good defense there. And, I mean, for a moment, it felt like Nouns were going to get that bomb plant, which they've been very good at doing on their T side and pistol round. But this time, denied at the very last moment by Pesadelo. And that makes it 1-0 for TeamOne early on. So talking about the pure stats on Inferno over the last 3 months for both teams. On TeamOne, 6-5 with a -11 round differential. So as mentioned, kind of placed that back and forth nature of Inferno for them as of late. And over on Nouns, 20, and we'll get back to that. CJ is going to get the opener, and Mobs comes back and gets 2 with the MP9 onto CJ and Cynic. This is a force buy for Nouns coming through here. As Carson is going to move up, Mike.
This is some positioning. Control the arch. You could catch this rotator in IDK. I mean, body shots will do as well. Oh, not going to be able to land any of those, though. So IDK, that's a critical kill. That keeps this round from getting too interesting, though. Maluk. There's some presence up. TRK just trying to stall. Make sure he doesn't get overwhelmed. In the meantime, Mobs has worked into a position so if they rotate, they're going to be punished. Now TRK and IDK are going to try and work together on this one. Oh, bold face. They're giving opportunities over to the Deagles, and things are getting very risky and frisky. And oh, up close. My goodness. TeamOne have made very isolated moves. Now, they will leave one more isolated man to try and win this round, and he will do no such thing. The force buy works out. Brilliant tech nining.
Wow, bwills had the FAMAS for 2 of those kills and did not go to it at all. It was all the Tech 9 for him. 3 frags in the round, and Nouns strike back immediately. What a force buy. And that's without any rifles coming into it. That was just pistols for them because they did not get the bomb plant. So yeah, I guess that's a good lead-in to how Nouns have played here over the last 3 months. It is their most played map. 20 times they've been on it over the last 3 months. 12 wins, 8 losses, and a +40 round differential. That's behind only Mirage in terms of round differential, which was sitting at +69 after their win up against Vendetta. Going to round number 3, and TeamOne, well, they're into the force buy wars now. They managed to get an A4, but the rest are on to pistols.
That they are. That they are. Sedalo, though, I like there's that potential. Explosion potential. They're kind of selling out for this B take. You got 2 players boosted up in towards the emo corner. You got 2 watching towards CT. And you can see Pace is a little paranoid because he knows that there's actually nothing to stop them from working through Arch and pinching in on these players B. That does seem like it might be the aim here. Racket's control just now being taken. 45 seconds. Make us nervous on time again. It is just TRK to try and turn them away here towards A.
Yeah, and it's 100% an A hit.
He hears him now.
TRK.
Making the move. He gets the first? No, he doesn't. So there's nothing to dissuade them from this take, and indeed the bomb will go down. And it's very comfortable positioning.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, oh no! bwills spots out Malbs and IDK, almost transfers for a third and pulls out the Tech 9! He survives the onslaught of bullets! Pesadillo, the last one standing, and I mean, he's got the most important gun that came into this round, that is the A4, so he wants to hang on to that, so he's not moving a single muscle. Just wants to stay here and keep this gun alive.
All right, bwills. William. I mean, that one's just pistols, right? But he's now got 6 kills over the last 2 rounds, I believe. I don't think he did any. Did he do anything in the pistol? No. Oh, yeah. 6 kills, 2 rounds. Boise. Oh, okay, so. Hide. Hide. Hook. And he lives.
All right. So Pesa saves the gun. That's the mission accomplished there. And well, I mean, TeamOne still can't really buy around it. They lost the forest by wars at this point very early on. So just keep the USPs and the A4 and hope that Pesadillo can deliver some magic here. That said, Nouns building up their economy. Should they keep all 5 alive here, it will really bolster it significantly. Carson going to jump into window right now. He's got the space. Nouns are spread out across the map. They are going for that early top banana control, and they have it. Not really challenged by TeamOne, but it is a risky venture because look who is boosted over the top of this smoke in a very cheeky spot.
So one spot that could be dangerous. Carson poking out of the boiler. Has some risk from the ROP spot. Let's see if Pesa pull off a multi-kill here. I don't even think they're going to test him. They're withdrawing. They wanted the default to see if something would come back the other way, but now having detected nothing, knowing that Pesa is a B player. Going to shift their focus, shift their attack. Utel starting to clear things out. Smoke's on, waiting for the response. They're just making their way up.
Yeah.
Methodical as can be. The rotation has begun for TeamOne, but it's going to be too late. Unless these pistols can do something pretty incredible here.
Oh.
Okay. I call it that kind of interesting. Not quite incredible, but definitely asking some questions here. Bob down. Do they want to risk the A4?
Maybe with some util, I would say yes, but they need a clean frag here early.
Yeah, it's not going to be given to them. Players dug into the pit. They're going to send the pistols forward to try and rustle something out here. Well, what's getting rustled is this is not going to happen. So it's time for Pesa to turn tail and run. Give him the old slipperoo.
Yeah, he's trying to stick around just for a little bit longer and convince him that he ran towards the B site. And yeah, now he might have to do that because he's dead.
All right, upgrade for Cynic. I mean, not only is that an exit kill, it's also a great upgrade. It takes the A4 out of their hands, gets rid of his SMG. Life's good for Cynic.
Yeah, but luckily for TeamOne, they will still be able to buy up that A4 into this round, and TRK should get one as well. There we go. The only thing that's not so good is a FAMAS, but hey, look, Malbs will make it work. Nouns, though, looking solid in the early goings of Inferno. Like I said, anything other than nuke is great for Nouns.
Yeah. Yeah,
they look like a different team.
Haven't quite wrapped their head around that one for sure. It's early days as well, Maluk. Oh, gonna take a great strike there through the gap in the smoke. It's pressure around it. Malbs climbs enough to distract from his captain and just set up Maluk to fire again and again. They're still committing into this. They want to chase down these positions, but it's so tough, and Malbs still playing on the edge of that smoke. It's brilliant. Maluk comes in for his fourth. Pure domination from the M&Ms of TeamOne.
They just controlled that round from beginning to and nothing Nouns could do. They kept trying to fight into it again and again and again, and Maluk had the answer pretty much every single time, except for the one where Malps comes around the edge of the smoke at in a disadvantageous situation, I would say, but he still hits the shot and takes down that player. So, second round picked up for TeamOne. Nouns still have enough money in the bank to buy up here. It's going to be 4 AKs in the Galil. Maluk already takes quite a bit of damage there. They're wary of him now. They're just trying to get that youthful toss forward. A Molotov's going to come in from Cynic. Look at this. Maluk's on top of the half wall. That's a little too bold. And bwills will punish him. Malbs as well. And this time it's all Nouns. You can fool them once, shame on them, but fool them twice. Well, it just doesn't happen.
Well, you tried to fool him a slightly different way, right? And this did not work out. The more aggressive posturing gets rumbled, gets rustled, ruffled, Rochambeau. So what do they want to do with this now? I mean, there's no presence on A. TeamOne have begun a full lean, right? A full tilt in this one over towards B. And, well, eventually Marky might sniff this out. But in the meantime, it does seem like they want to test this site. And if they do, could be met with some serious resistance. 2 HEs as well still available. I mean, this could still get very spicy.
This is best case scenario for Team One given the circumstances. At least a chance of taking the round.
Brings over, smokes in, 30 seconds. Very hard to bail out at this juncture. An HE going to come through. That might make you think there's no one actually on the site. But look at the damage that's been done. 2 kills coming in. A third as well. And now it's starting to get very rough indeed. The pool player dropped. That's the bomb. It's all into Carson. He's not got a lot of time to make this move. They test IDK, but IDK will withdraw before that smoke fades. And now Carson's desperately trying to get this bomb planted. Tap to fake it out, but they're wise to his scheme. He's still going to get it. Carson clutching what looked like disaster.
Oh, man. Ugh, IDK didn't have to push up as far as he did. Could have waited a little bit longer for Carson to tap the bomb again, and then he would have had a free kill. But instead, IDK goes out a little bit too early and is dropped by Carson. Nice play from Carson. Full credit to him for the patience, waiting and waiting for the CT to show his face, and he did. 4-2 in favor of Nouns. The back and forth nature of Inferno continues, and Team One are relegated down to pistols. It's going to be 2 5.7s, a P250, a Deagle, and a USP. And they are all stacked up on this B site. Honestly, I thought Team One was going to win that once Nouns decided to commit to the B site where all 3 remaining Team One players were, and they just unleashed hell upon them, and that nade was gorgeous. So just a great job by Carson in a tough situation in the 1v2 to pull it off.
Really phenomenal. That's going to set Team One back. What was looking like their chance to slide into the lead is now anything but. Now showing a ton of patience and respect in these. I mean, Team One have been running some cheeky stacks, and they are again. This time, Top Banana is going to be a challenge to take. Goodbye, bwills. Goodbye, CJ. Goodbye, Banana. Guns gained now, and the bomb's back T-ramp. Uh-oh. Thank God they smoked it off, is what Cynic's saying right now. And Team One, hearing his footsteps, seeing the Molotov, they're going to realize it. And now, Cynic has a really hard game.
He get caught off?
Yeah, do they realize he's still in towards alt mid? This is going to get weird. They don't know. They don't know. They don't realize the bomb was back, but now they have to be wondering, scratching their head, wondering, what the heck is going on? So they're trying to fight forward. Meanwhile, this confusion is just tearing them apart, but TRK makes it interesting. Down to the one-on-one. Position is IDK's advantage. He's got a surprise here, but he's just got a USP to try and execute it on. Cynic, spot him? He did.
I think he heard him or spotted him. One of the two.
Last second, he spotted the elbow, I think, coming around the box.
Yeah. Whew.
Still expensive.
Wow. Yeah, that got spicy. Nouns win the round, but Team One with a limited buy-up do a ton of damage. Honestly, I thought that Team One were going to wait towards alt mid and try to catch them off because they must have heard the Molotov, right? That was thrown from T-spawn towards Banana to keep them at base. So that should have triggered them to think, okay, wait a second. Why is someone coming?
Malb swinging into mid, alt mid that is. He's got a teammate with him. They're fighting, but now that it's been rumbled, they gotta try and back away. Imagine, that bench peek is so bold from Pesa, and he goes forward. Pesa, you lunatic! It comes out with an even situation for the two sides, but this one got real spicy.
Two v2.
They got bomb control too.
Yeah.
In the eyes of that op from Maluk. There's a smoke
Is
to
there a
block it
smoke?
off.
Yeah, there's a smoke.
But Maluk's going to wait and see if someone tries to get that for free. This is such a tempo breaker. We've had these really slow, methodical, patient Inferno rounds, and that was a balls-to-the-walls push out from TeamOne. It's reminiscent of what they were doing on Nuke, where every once in a while after these slow, calm rounds, they would just yeet through into the A site. That flash is killer.
Perfect.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Now what's Marky going to do? His position pretty much known. He's got basically one shot on the smoke fade, and even then IDK should probably trade it. And he won't even get that chance.
Jeez, that's so well played by TeamOne. Once they have bomb control, throwing the deep smoke, and then the flashbang. Oh, that beautiful flashbang from Maluk to set up his teammate. There's nothing that Nouns could do in that situation. And then Marky at the end, I mean, he's stuck in the smoke, eventually has to show himself, and the smoke fades away, and Maluk hits the shot before Marky can even fire off a round from the Galil. So, TeamOne, third round picked up. Nouns, once more, have a very limited buyout, but they're still going to force into it for Tech9s and the Galil, and it looks like a banana push is on the cards. Pesa has to have his wits about him. He gets 1, 2, and then finally gets taken down. Malbs comes around the corner, gets 2 more. Not the final one, as Carson is the one dealing all the damage. That said, Maluk is going to wait here. Smoke's going to get tossed. Carson has to go and grab that bomb. And he might try to double back. Probably aware of the fact that he could be surrounded soon. That's why he's checking his flank. And realizes that it's probably B or nothing.
I think he mistimed that smoke fade.
Yeah.
Thought he could get away with that. Didn't realize how long he'd taken getting that bomb back. So that's a little awkward. Rolled Carson. No bomb plant. No money. No round.
It's really even more awkward because he could have just gone a little further.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, there's no reason to plant the open.
I mean, he thought that if he planted open, he'd have a better chance to win the round.
For sure.
But if you're going to do that,
Smoke
you better have the bomb when you're on site and you throw the smoke. Just little things, little details.
Tiny things that matter at this level of play.
Yeah. Yeah, standing in the open planting. No bueno. Tons of utility being dumped. Banana for this aggressive take. Malbs wants the bottom banana control, and it actually looks like he wants to threaten the smoke, which is bold. The corner here. Here's the flash through. He's got it. It worked, and he's away. Daylight robbery. That's a smash and grab, and he's gotten away with all the gems.
Different players, but same result. Wow, I love that control bottom of banana that TeamOne are exerting. And I mean, Nouns do retake the space, but even though TeamOne, I'm going to get my words out eventually, Mike, aren't there anymore, the threat of them being there is in Nouns' mind. So they can't push up too aggressively, and eventually they're just going to regroup towards the A site. But look at the trap that's been set here. 4 players waiting for TeamOne.
Ooh. And that's the perks of taking that banana control, right? Pace is just jump spotting car until he sees something. They're not going to move. And they don't need to. Loot. Doesn't have the first, but the mow down from the SMG is plenty. Money made. 3 MP9 kills. And it is just domination from one in that one.
Yeah, this has been nice. A nice little run from TeamOne. 3 rounds in a row. Finally, Nouns are going to have a better buyout, but not perfect, because Cynic has to settle for the MAC-10. And bwills on the Galil, not to mention utility.
Is poo-poo.
Yeah. I wouldn't say poo-poo. It's okay. They have 4 or 5 smokes, or 4 smokes.
Describe it as PP.
Is that considered better?
I don't know. Depends on your tier list. Bodily excretions. That flashbang, I tell you what, that's not so bueno for Malbs. And it seems like the take's coming in towards B. They do not want to slow down here. Mesa wants to fight it. That's ambitious. He gets 2.
Wow, that's really good.
The adjustment back through. Thought Cynic had him dead to rights, but no. IDK? IDK? How's your 5th sense? hopefully good. Sixth Sense, rather, is what we're looking for here.
Yes, that's the one.
Nade's gonna do some damage. bwills dodges the brunt of it. Well, there's not gonna be any easy positioning. They don't have this banana control, right? Maluk's making his way up. Maluk also has Molotovs. So if they let him get close, it could get spicy.
There's a significant util advantage here for Team One.
He is trying to get them through this first point. That's a nice swing. They knew IDK was baiting the angle. His A1S long barrel gives it away, and now what are you gonna do? You're running out of time. You can't win this round. They want them to stay in the site and die, because frankly, there's not a lot of money over on that Nouns side, and I think they're all going to die. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. That bomb is brutal now in Inferno.
That's actually not a bad result for one, even with losing the round.
No. I mean, you get the op out of it. And the money is not great for Nouns. Timeout going to be called for Team One here to talk things over. Do they have enough to buy? Yeah, absolutely. They should definitely buy here. Quite favorable indeed. And it sets Nouns up for a potential reset round in terms of their economy. If they lose this one.
If.
Big if.
If. It's a pretty big swing either way. Gonna be a spicy one. So round 12 here, perhaps going to be the round of the half. That actually gives us an idea of how much they're going to be able to bring second.
I was surprised that Team One didn't use their utility advantage more towards the tail end of that. They had 2 flashes, a couple of Molotovs, smoke, and none of it really came through to help that Coffin's position out.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is I think that Maluk was in an awkward position for it.
Yeah, for sure.
To lob stuff in. But yeah, no, definitely maybe
at least
underutilizing the NATOs.
Yeah.
You see how much Nouns have been trained to give early control on banana. They just have to wait this out because they have been brutalized by the utility.
Oh, those flashbangs are so perfect. You can see how practiced Team One are in that type of play as well.
Comes the re-clear in towards banana. They'll take that control, probably move top banana. Likely just hang out there. Come all the way through, though. Question is, how much presence does one need to see before they float this 4th player back over? And well, they're not going to see that presence because it's coming to take bracket control, and everybody's here and ready for it. Ooh, first one spotted. Kill comes through. You want to chase? You want to chase? They're begging Nouns to chase.
Oh my goodness.
Begging them to chase, and indeed they will. Flashbangs are good though. Lethal. They had 3 players there. Someone was supposed to be playing anti-flash, and I think they all just took the bait on that first swing. Even numbers, though. Maluk, tight angle with the off. He's getting overwhelmed. He hits it. Oh, my God, Maluk. Sets up the clutch. 1v1. Cynic punching in the numbers, but now Pesa is through, and he won't catch. The aim's not true. Cynic, salvation for the Nouns.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. That bracket fight was perfectly set up to be in Team One's favor, and Nouns just throw an even better volley of utility. The flashbangs, perfect. And then Team One couldn't see anything because, like you said, no one was playing anti-flash, and 3 frags came in simultaneously, opening up the floodgates. Even towards the end, right, it had to come down to a clutch because Team One managed to recover a little bit, but Cynic this time doing what Carson did a few rounds ago and delivering that final blow. Wow. So Nouns are up to 7.
Yeah. You come down to the big individual plays. It does feel like it's almost an inverse of some of what we saw on Nuke, especially in the first half, where it felt like Nouns would get themselves into advantageous positions, and then the individual pop-off from the other side would shut them down. And now, Team One getting a taste of their own medicine in these clutches. I mean, Cynic should have been dead to rights, caught out of position, repositioning, right? Pesa just wasn't quite quick enough on that trigger.
Well,
oh, Marky's going to hurt.
Maybe. You never know how these nades are going to go, honestly.
If he throws it, I know how this one's going to go.
Eventually.
It's going to hit. He's waiting for Maluk to make contact. Maluk will see the pixels first, or the utility to come over. Yeah, there it is. That is a lot less than expected. Second nade, third nade. There it is.
Third one.
Marky under pressure. The setup's working good. Yeah, well enough.
Look at the damage, though. I mean, Carson down to 17, Cynic at 76, IDK, they don't know he's here. If he slips through and gets in on a flank to do so much, there's one. Maybe the second. Yes, IDK looking for the 3K, but it doesn't happen. Now down to a 1v1. Is the bomb dropped? It is, but bwills is going to manage to recover it. Pesadillo waiting here for his chance to strike. bwills clearing it, and bwills hits it. 4K for bwills and 2 HP. He got headshot.
Oh my god! If he was a step closer, that P250 kills him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. bwills has a little guardian angel right now. That's the slimmest of margins. 2 points of health.
We've had a lot of 1v1s.
Yeah, I mean, that one was off of pistols and nades as well. It's a great effort from TeamOne. But the end result is Nouns have climbed up to 8. It's a good T side. Now they're looking to make it one better. This round, there's a lot of investment from TeamOne, but it's far from perfect. There's a pistol out. There's an SMG out. There are no kits. This is a rough one. And this is where that CT side economy can just be such a brutal mistress. You just got to keep paying it. Just diving in money just to survive. A chance to fight.
Nouns. 5 players bunched up towards Banana. Now they've spread it a little bit, at least leaving Carson behind into mid to watch to see and make sure no one's flanking them. But, I mean, they're just biding their time, setting up util. There's that one smoke being tossed for coffins. And they need one to cross as well if they want to get in here. But the response from TeamOne has been activated. That's the counter smoke. And then another one for top mid. So Nouns are going to have to wait a little bit longer. In fact, they might just fall off of this take completely.
Coming in, soften up the site. That's a miss, but Mobs is able to clean it up. He's the backstop. Now they have a pretty good read. They do the player's flower plots. They know about the AWP. But the AWP is still collecting its pound of flesh. Maluk, nearly a third, but Mobs got his. And now the reinforcements are here. A 6th round found. TeamOne snatch that one away. It's just the B site defenders, right? It's the crossfire. It's the quintessential B setup. And it's played to perfection.
Yeah, it seems like that's the site that Nouns have had a little more trouble getting through on occasion, and there it is again. I mean, they get completely shut down. Maluk delivering frag after frag. He's got 13 right behind Mobs. Those 2 players really carrying the weight of their team on their shoulders here in this first half. As we head into the 15th and final round of play, not the greatest of buy-ups for Nouns because, of course, this has been so back and forth that neither team has been able to get much of an economic footing, and you've seen a lot of these scrappy buys come through. Carson makes his way into window, and Nouns readjusting themselves in towards B. There's a Molotov thrown. I believe something was heard there by Maluk, perhaps some utility, and then he gets the smoke of 4 boilers. That leaves it a very tough situation for Carson. He'll probably have to back off here and wait for the smoke to fade at the very least, unless they want to try flashing out of this. But as it stands, Nouns are just going to opt to regroup at mid and leave 1 player lurking. That one is, of course, Marky.
Play around. All flashed off the angle. Pressure on. Do they clear the cubby? Oh, no one's cleared the cubby.
It doesn't matter. What?
Mobs? The rare Mobs complete fluff on the aim. A little bit of panic there, seeing the targets get past, knowing his opera was under threat, and he...
Pace is in trouble.
Panic pulled the trigger. Pace under immense trouble. These flashbangs pushing him off. He's going to be able to catch the first, but he got dinked in the process, and Marky sprays through. Now they've lost the sight. Now the bomb's going down, and this last round is looking very Nounish.
I can't believe Mobs misses that spray completely.
Carson dropped low almost. I could have swung the round, but now they've got to forget about it. They've got to find something from TRK or IDK. Make that just the one man. Time ticking low. There's a kit on site. That's important. First tap goes in. He could get this defuse off. You need to realize that that's a threat. If he gets on this with the fountain as cover, he could just straight defuse it. He's going to do exactly that, but no. TRK is trying to bait out the response, expecting coffin, so he's just lost the round. He's just lost the round, and with that, Nouns will be moving into the half with 9. The kills are empty. They're meaningless, but it's a 3-round lead for the Nouns. many kills would a Glock kill if a Glock could kill? That's the question that right now TeamOne ask themselves, because they need some Glock kills to go their way. Inferno not shaping up as nice as they were initially hoping. Nouns putting away a couple squeakers at the end there and making this an interesting one, John.
Indeed. Yeah, no, honestly, I thought
I was worried
TeamOne...
you'd fallen asleep on me.
No,
there
no,
in
no,
the
I'm
break.
still here. I'm still here. Don't worry. No,
right.
honestly, it could have been 9-6 in favor of TeamOne.
Oh
but
my
Carson
goodness.
is going to get a couple, and Cynic drops Malbs. This could be 10 already for Nouns, and in fact, it almost certainly is. Yes,
now.
Marky finds IDK, and that will be that 10-6 in favor of Nouns. I know it's getting late, Mike, but I'm still here. I'm still good.
It's just there's an unhealthy pause at the end of my last statement. I was like, oh, did I lose John? Did he just DC after that terrible Glock choke?
No,
Not at all. No. What a pistol round, though, for Nouns. I mean, that's the way to do it. Don't take a bullet back. Just insta headshots on everybody. That's a way to get the confidence flowing early on here.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, after that pistol round, TeamOne just going to be Glocking in this.
Look, and I mean, Nouns are probably feeling pretty confident. Oh, nice nade. That one hurts.
Uchi.
Pesa and IDK go down to about 25 HP each. And then the follow-up.
The double dunk! The double dunk! If there were fantasy for this qualifier, then someone would be hitting their booster. Oh my goodness, that double dunk is disgusting. The jump around the corner, why not? Rack him up, bwills. Rack him up. Make that money, young man.
Jeez. Well, I guess, like I was trying to say, I think the confidence is quite good for Nouns here on this map, given that they defeated EG Black 16-13 in Challenger League, and before that, ATK, they won 16-10. So, I mean, those are two very tough opponents, some of the toughest at the Challenger League level. TeamOne is one of those teams that are very good on Inferno or can be very good on this map. But Nouns, I'd say that EG, Black, and ATK are tougher opponents on this particular map. So that's how good Nouns have been here as of late. Oh, bwills a little overambitious, though, charging down mid and getting completely ventilated by nosraC. Carson trying to make up for it, but he's stuck in a bad spot, and Malbs through the smoke catches him off, and now a 5v3 just like that in the first 25 seconds of the round.
I don't even mind the play from bwills that much. I just don't understand why you're doing it without any supporting utility.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the kind of play that you kind of need to go all in with multiple members of the team, or you don't do. Just one guy sprinting at you with an MP9 does not exactly strike fear into your heart. One, ooh, a dink on the second as well. Not a bad effort here. Marky collects one elsewhere. That's going to make these numbers look a lot more approachable. TeamOne needs to think about how they want to approach as they drop a Molotov to make sure the flank can't come through quickly. Cynic is super committed on this. Ah, he's got one, no more. That MP9, I mean, tough if you're playing an angle where you can't fade away into the next fight. So it's all going to be about Marky, and he did very much want to sell that he was still towards Banana, but he's rotated around the world here, John, and let's see if that's enough to catch them off.
I honestly thought Marky was going to go for the banana flank at one point, but now, well, he is coming from a direction that could favor him if he gets IDK, and he can't. What a shot from IDK to shut down the round, and TeamOne pick up a 7th. Great response after that opening round.
7-11. Now I'm craving slushies. To it they go. Utility is invested in here. Looking decent for both sides. Heavy investment from Nouns. Going to see them with some SMGs. They've got the AWP for Cynic. That could be a difference maker. We saw him go crazy mode with it in their last series. They would like one of those again. I thought about the mid-peak. Thought not. Nice nades. A few red bars here early on as Pace is practicing his catching. Does seem like they want to test B. Making no bones about it. It's not the patient TeamOne we had before. It's just straight peaks. And, well, Cynic's got the op in the right place at the right time for that first kill at the very least. Tons of utility.
Wow.
Uncomfortable. They made it so much pressure, but they can't get through. They created a path on towards, but it just creates a choke point for them to go through those smokes, working against them a little bit. It's chaos.
Oh boy, what do you do if you're Maluk and TRK? You have no util left except for a smoke. And I mean, No
it
bomb.
has to be a coffin smoke realistically, and then you have to try something. But 50 seconds, they're trying to rotate back through, hoping that maybe they can change the angle of the fight. But Marky just gonna get that one, and at this point, TRK is just gonna try and save.
Yeah, and I would guess that Nouns aren't going to chase too aggressively, given that their economy is in a precarious position. Well, they just want those upgrades, and they would be useful for CJ and Carson.
He's gonna listen to the radio. Do we know what they say on the radio?
I do not know. No. I mean, I'm sure it's out there.
It's
somewhere.
Italian. Yeah, let's see. All right, Google.
Yeah.
They say on the radio. All right, here we go. This is a Reddit post from 2016. The radio close to T-Spawn on the new Inferno. Does anyone know what language this is? It's Italian. Blah, 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 blah. Listen to the radio and translate it. It's supposedly a passage from Dante's Inferno, but this Reddit post is absolutely useless. It's a bunch of people saying, I heard some other guy say this. So shout outs to Reddit.
Good old Reddit. You can always count on it for weird stuff like that. Anyway, Cynic goes for a run boost and gets some information. I think he saw a player, but he's going to toss the incendiary down and at least slow up TeamOne a little bit, Mike. Oh, IDK eats an nade, goes down to 56. And Nouns really trying to exert pressure here towards mid to regain control, but TeamOne are not having it. They want to push up. Great flashbang thrown. CJ has to fall back to the site proper. And now TeamOne are poised to potentially do even more damage. And there's TRK taking down CJ. Cynic waiting, looking for targets. TeamOne trying to bide their time, but Carson does manage to take down Pesadillo, and bwills is going to support as well.
Oh, it's a big kill for bwills. That bottlenecks them in. They know they're stuck. They're in a really tough spot. They need somebody to create. They need somebody to pull off a kill, and it's not going to be TRK. IDK, next one to the slaughter. Indeed, he is, and Maluk's totally out of position to do anything about this round. Look, they weren't expecting too much from this round to begin with, but with all that positioning, you'd hope for just a little bit more, but no. Hemmed in. And put down.
Yeah, it's done. No, but I agree. Like, the fact that they got all the way to Arch, didn't really get challenged too much in the process, and a good flashbang thrown. You thought maybe, just maybe, they'd be able to do something, but quickly Nouns just completely collapsed in on them and left them no space to really maneuver, no space to go anywhere except for straight towards the bomb site and into the waiting arms of Cynic and everyone else for Nouns. All right, 13-7 in favor of Nouns. 3 more rounds, and we are headed to a third and decisive map number 3 for the second time tonight.
Yeah. John, I've got the scoop. It is, in fact, versus Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
It roughly translates to, so is decided there when one can, what one wills, don't ask more.
Okay.
So it's basically nonsense, but it's an Inferno reference on Inferno. It makes sense. Apparently also from Italian people, it's terrible Italian, very difficult to understand.
Perfect.
Nice kill from Carson.
So,
that's a biggie.
Nonsensical across the board then.
Pretty much, yeah. But a nice Easter egg.
Okay. Well, now we know.
Where's that last HE? Ah, it's all the way over on A. I was going to say if it's here towards B, they could be in trouble, but nope, doesn't seem to be the case. Cynic's got that on the other site. So
I think they're still in trouble either way, Mike.
Man down. Not a lot of utility. Time ticking low. Not great, but that kill makes life a lot easier. That alleviates a ton of pressure. It means they're not going to be fully committing into a C, and they go on an adventurous mission. Carson does, at least. He sends himself across the river Styx. And now, pressure on towards the site. Marky will dump a nade. That is a good nade. Jeez. bwills will turn it into more. 3 kills. He chews through them. He wants the 4th. He wants to end this all. bwills taking control, grabbing this round by the balls. And he won't be able to take the final, but now it's come down to the clutch. Maluk reversing this scenario. Just 17 seconds. He's trying to slip away. He's trying to check and challenge, and he's got the read. Maluk makes it happen. Keeps them fighting. TeamOne not ready to die just yet.
What an unbelievable sequence from both sides. First, bwills almost ends the round by his lonesome, and then Maluk responds with 2 of his own, and then ends it with the 3K himself. Wow. I mean, unbelievable stuff. I thought Nouns had it. This is one of bwills' best performances, I think, over the past 2 months, maybe even 3, that I've seen him play. Honestly, some really solid stuff that he's delivering right now, and he's very much contributed to the sizable lead that Nouns have, but Maluk keeps hope alive for TeamOne in a valiant effort. It's expensive. Their buy-up's not going to be great here, but on the other side as well, they don't exactly have that much money, so an important round here, which could determine the remainder, or the way this is going to flow for the remainder of regulation.
Die.
Yeah.
For TeamOne. But if they can win it, I mean, then we're right into the thick of things, right?
Yes. And Inferno can quickly tilt from one direction to another.
Vicious from Cynic, overstaying his welcome here, but just beats the bullets around the corner. Isn't wanted. Can't curve him. Imagine if you could, though. That's the next movement tech to enter CS and Source 2. Curving bullets.
Yeah. I mean, technically, physically impossible. He was tested. So I don't know.
I think I saw that Mythbusters, yeah.
Yeah.
A classic. Cynic, though. Whichever way he's got to make these bullets happen, he's making them happen. Now that's going to funnel them in towards A. They're trying to chase this down. Trying to find his presence. Maluk's been tagged up as well, so there's a lot of vulnerabilities here for the one side. Advantage has quickly gotten away from them. That smoke and pit is enough to dissuade them. They've shown presence short. They're going to go for the B split. But CJ could rumble this. Oh my goodness. CJ could rumble this. Timing. He's gone around. He's got one. He's got not quite the second, but so much damage on it, and he avoids dying. The health is putrid for one. They've got nothing.
Is there a nade? There's no nade.
Are they going to save?
I think they are. It's the right call.
Oh,
16 seconds left when they made that decision, or 17.
Yeah.
IDK gets CJ, but there's nothing you can do in that situation. I mean, look, you have 2 players on life support, 20 seconds left to try and take a site with only 3 pieces of util. It doesn't make sense. Everything says save. It's tough. It's a tough call to make, especially when you're down 13-8, but you have to do it, because if you don't, then the money is even worse going into this one.
Problem is, instead of having the option to play for overtime, you've got to risk it here. You've got to go in.
True.
But it does give you a better buy here for sure. But still, this is now gambling so much onto this round, and just the slower pace in the last one. They couldn't figure out where they actually wanted to go. They didn't get any kills to guide their way, and they didn't seem to have a clear idea themselves. Well, pressure top brackets now, but nothing to actually offset the setup for Nouns just yet here. That's a great kill from Cynic. Again, an opener found for this Nouns team, and pressure's on for TeamOne, and they know it. CJ trying to not recreate mobs this round from the first half. Oh, they don't clear him. They don't clear him. Not in time. They were trying to swing the opera, and instead CJ kills 2, and uh-oh. TeamOne in dire straits now.
Yeah. I mean, I get the idea, double swing the op, but no one was home, and they forgot to clear Cubby. At least throw a Molotov for Cubby, but again, you know, they didn't have much money, so the util was lighter than it probably should have been for that type of take. Anyway, DRK gets one, but it's a 4v1, and he's dead. bwills takes care of business, and it is 15-8, exactly the same story in terms of rounds left for Nouns to pick up the win, except, well, I want to say it's the reverse, right? TeamOne had a 15-8 score on map 1, and now Nouns have 15-8 here on map 2.
Yeah, played the Uno reverse card, and they're hoping to book their spot in Mirage. Just one more round. Mirage. Mirage. We might be there soon enough, John. We might be there soon enough. Familiar sands. Mesa trying to be the tip of the spear here with the Tech 9, rather. Oh, it's working out. Okay. Maybe the tip gets blunted, but the pieces behind are just as sharp.
Shot.
Cynic, though, he's on the angle. Flashed off of it. He's got to pull a little bit further back. It's going to be a 3-on-3. Some guns have been picked up now. Oh, and the smoke fade. Maluk wanted to make the cheeky play, but they were wise to his antics, to his tricks, to his stratagems. Molotov will slow this down. They don't have a smoke to get through it. Actually, they do. bwills could do so. They're choosing to wait it out instead.
Flashes too.
If they smoke pit, it's going to make life very difficult for Mobs. It's around the corner. Deleted! Never mind! Who needs a smoke? Just kill him! Oh, speaking of which, TRK's so blind. Lucky to get the first even, but the defuse is on. And folks, we are going further. We're going to Mirage. We're getting a third map here.
What a shutdown there in that second half by Nouns. They just picked up the pace and would not let TeamOne back into this one. Despite TeamOne's efforts, right? It was very close CS. Back and forth. Honestly, TeamOne was in their face, able to compete round after round, but Nouns just had that answer that TeamOne had, right? Going back to Nuke. It just felt like a complete role reversal. And now we go on to map number